Hi, mad foodies. Today I'm bringing this banging banga soup your way. You can't even wait to see this video. Look at that. Look how good that looks. Now look at the ingredients I used to make this. I'll show you the ingredients one after the other. I have the peppers and the onion there. I have the tilapia fish, right? And I have apple snails. It's already washed and clean. And I have the master of them all, the palm cream sauce, palm cream extract. And I have the prawns. And I have periwinkles, the shelled periwinkles. And I have this onion and Scotch bonnet pepper. And I have crayfish. I have Uziza seed. So I used just a teaspoon of this. I didn't use everything. And I have salt and seasoning cubes. And I have this frozen Uziza leaf because where I live, we don't have the unfrozen one, the fresh one. Oh, yes. So the first thing is going to be to cook this fish. We're actually using tilapia fish. You can use any fish of choice. So remember, we are making seafood banga soup. How nice. You know what? Look at my new pot. Ta-da! All right, so I'll be using this pot too. Do well to let me know where you're joining me from, so I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Today's shout out goes to Precious Uche watching from Abuja, Nigeria. Precious, I'm glad you love the recipes. Do well to like, subscribe, turn on your notification. So after cutting the fish, washing it, running it over clean water it was already washed, so just to rinse again to be sure, right? And the bones of tilapia, sometimes it could be difficult to cut them out when it's fresh. So what I do is cook them as it is. So I'm just gonna quickly pound pepper, the Scotch bonnet pepper. To me, this is the quickest way to do it. I'm getting the onion ready, cutting it. Yeah. And I'm getting ready to cook the fish. Here we go. The fish is already arranged in the pot. So I just added 2 of the seasoning cubes. I added 1 tablespoon of salt. And I added the diced onion. And I added this pepper that I pound in this little Ziploc bag. I turned it into a plate and added water. So I'll just cook that. Cook it on one side for about 7 minutes. And then I came in to turn. Please do well to subscribe, like the video, leave your comments. The more comments, the more likes I have on this video, the more YouTube will make other people to see it. Great. Thank you for liking. And then in another pot, I didn't want to use the other pot to add everything to the pot so that I won't scatter the fish, right? That's why I'm using a different pot. So more or less like the same process. I added a little water, right? I added the apple snails, a little seasoning and a little salt. That's it. And the last thing is periwinkle. We don't need to cook that a lot, all right? Just that is okay. You saw that I just stirred and I didn't need to cook it much. And then I brought the master of the ceremony, which is the palm cream extract. Without this, there's no banga soup. All right, so this is the actual banga. You may want to call it something else, but not banga. So you need this palm cream extract. All right, and so I rinsed that, added some water, added crayfish. I remained that crayfish because I'll need it later. Yeah. I'm just going to stir that to see what it tastes like, right? And then I'm adding these, that was even less than 1 teaspoon of the Uziza seed. That's the ground Uziza seed I showed us earlier. Now, this is the process of me deboning the fish. Tilapia is always really has a lot of bones. So you can decide to use another fish of choice. For me, with banga soup, I think I prefer tilapia. It tastes really, really good. You can decide to use any other fish of choice. You can use catfish. Yeah, catfish is also great with banga soup. All right. So I'm coming back to the pot, and it's boiled. I removed the bones, and I added the fish stock, and I'm going to add this fish one by one. Please don't question why I'm doing this. Yeah, okay, I can tell you why. I'm just being careful because I don't want the fish to break. I still want to have pieces of the fish in the soup, so I'm going to be careful at every point. Look at how I'm turning that soup. I'm really careful. I don't want to ruin the fish. I don't want to scatter it. I don't want it to become fish sauce. All right. If you watched until this point, you are the real deal. All right, so why am I adding seasoning and salt lates? Because I know this soup actually doesn't need too much salt, so you want to be careful there, right? And the periwinkles they actually use, especially if you are outside Nigeria, they actually use salt to preserve it. So yeah, it still has its own little salt even after washing. Yeah. And so just a little salt, and you may want to still add a seasoning cube. You may decide not to add it because we already added to the fish, so it is not even necessary. So it just depends on the taste of the soup. And so I decided to add some cooked, even though it's seafood okra, I decided to add some cooked goat meat here because I felt it wasn't rich enough, right? So I add frozen goat meat, and I added the Uziza leaf. The last frozen leaf you saw, that's the Uziza leaf that I just cut a little and added, so I didn't get to add all of it. Now look at that soup. Tell me you will not make this soup. Now look at that. Now look at that. Make this for your family and friends this Christmas, and they will love you for it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more cooking videos. You can join me live mostly on weekends. And this weekend I'll be doing jollof rice live. All right. Thank you for watching. And see you in my next one. Now look at that. What swallow would you do with this? For me, maybe some more, maybe fufu. That looks really good. Thank you.